ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Mandalam 6, Ashtakam 4, Chapter 8, Suktam 48. Shamyu Barhaspatya Rishi Devata Agni Maruta Pusha Dyava Bhumi etc. Chandas Brihati, Sato Brihati, Mahasato Brihati, etc. This is one of the good prayer suktas of Rigveda. Yajna Yajna O Agnaye 48.1. O invokers, in every one of your sacrifices, you approach shining Agni for strength with every word of praise. We praise Him who is also immortal, is knower of all born beings and dear like a friend. Invokers are being urged to think and talk about Agni in this session first. 6.48.2 Urjonapadam Sa Hinayam. This soul of Agni, who loves us certainly, is the offspring of mental might. We should offer our oblations to Him, who is the bearer of oblations. He becomes our protector in battles. He also becomes the guardian of our bodies. Agni, personified energy, protects and activates bodies of all living creatures. He is the supplier of energy to all inert material forms, thus guarding them. 48.3 Purusha Hyagne Ajaro. O Adhidevik Agni, you are mighty and free from decay. You are shining with great luster. O purifier Agni, with constant luster, purifying all, please illumine us well with good radiance. Illumine may be taken in the physical sense or spiritually. 48.4 Maho Devan Yajasi Yakshya. 48.4 O Agni, you associate yourself with great shining beings. Please associate with them who come in front of you. By your wisdom and good actions, may we be associated with these enlightened souls. Bestow on us good food, materials, and happiness. Agni Atma is the essence. Agni Atma is the source of spiritual light for enlightened souls, or shining luminous objects in the space. Agni supplies physical energy to all living creatures, or Agni is with them all. Fire Agni helps in the preparation of food for man. He is a source of happiness to all living beings. Agni makes everybody happy. Yama Apo Adrayo Vana 48.5. Water, clouds and rays of the sun flood soul of Agni, who is the primary source of energy in nature. He is being stirred around with force by leaders of men. He came into being over the surface of the earth. Water make use of heat for evaporation. Clouds get heated and move upward in the atmosphere. Sun rays flood flames of a fire. Agni in his different forms is being made use of by intelligent men for the prosperity of mankind. On the earth's surface, Agni appears as forest fire. Aya paprao bhanuna rodasi. 48.6. Shining Agni with his luster of rays fills the space and the earth and hastens to the sky with smoke. He is reddish in color and is showerer of happiness. He is seen shining in the night, dispelling darkness, like the rays of the sun. They are reddish and cause rain. This refers to Agni the fire. 48.7. Birhat Bhiragne Archivhi, O shining, energetic, swift-acting, purifying, personified energy Agni, being kindled inside a man who is an upholder of knowledge with pure splendor. Please illuminate our wealth by your great radiance and illuminate this world with light of knowledge. Both physical and spiritual light of Agni are talked about in this book. 48.8. Vishwasam Virahabadir Vishamasi Tvamagne. O youthful Adhidevik Agni, you are the master of the house of human beings as well as all other living beings with 100 protective powers. Please save us from sins and protect them who are givers of gift to invokers. Vaishwanara Agni is the master of all living bodies. Kitchen fire is the master of all human homes. Rest of the earth needs no explanation. 48.9. Tvam naschitra udya vaso, O inhabitor of man Agni, being wonderful with your protective powers, you please prompt us to acquire all kinds of wealth. You are the master of the chariot or the body and all its wealth. Please inspire our children to acquire knowledge by giving them a firm base or ground. May Agni give sufficient energy to the sacrificers and their offsprings and inspire them to acquire knowledge. 48.10. Parshitokam Tanayam. O Agni, with non-violent, undivided actions and powers, please nourish our sons and grandsons. Remove from us impure and crooked actions and insulting behavior towards enlightened persons. This requires no additional explanation. 48.11. Asakhaya Sabadugham Dhenum. O friends with new hive, obtain a speech which is fulfiller of desires. Utter words which are unshakable or convincing. This deals with good speech or Vedic mantras which brings out glory of Maruts. Ya Sarthaya Marudaya Swabhanave. That speech fills the self-shining Maruts with immortal fame for their strength. The speech results in the delight of the swift-moving winds. That is remover of miseries, conferring joy on all. This book also deals with good speech or Vedic mantras which brings out the glory of Maruts. With this clarification, these should become understandable to all. Bharadvajaya Dhukshata Dita 48.13. Maruts filled the upholder of knowledge with twofold wealth, namely speech that milks all objective knowledge and food that gives nourishment to all. Speech generation involves air movement. Sound transmission is through the medium of air. In this sense, Maruts are upholders of speech in man. Air is necessary for food production by plants. Air supplies oxygen to all living organisms for breathing. 48.14. Tamma Indram Nasukratum. O invokers, I praise him whom you praise, who is of sharp intellect like Indra, who is wise as Varuna, and who is giver of joy like Aryama, and nourisher of those who approach him like Vishnu. Tvesham Shardho Namarutam 48.15. O invokers, as a person endowed with objective knowledge gives us an object which is nourishing, is brilliant, which is noise-making but hostiless like the strength of heroes, in the same way, Maruts gives men hundreds and thousands of hidden treasures and reveals to us much hidden knowledge. Like a scientist or inventor gives us a high-powered, horseless, shining engine, Maruts, the soul of air, reveals self-knowledge to seekers of truth. Atma is the storehouse of all treasures and is hidden in one's own heart space. This is the implied meaning of the Ruk. 48.16. Ama Pushanupa Drava. O Pusha, nourisher, shining well with rays of light, please come to me, who is praising you near your ear. You are the master of miserly fellows who want to harm us. Nourisher could mean the sun or the soul of the sun, who is the nourisher of physical bodies of living creatures. 48.17. Ma Kagambira Amut Bruho. O nourisher, please do not cut the tree which gives shelter to birds like crows and destroy evil thoughts and actions. Like a speedy falcon cuts or catches the neck of smaller birds in daytime, please do not harm us in that way. Tree symbolizes support or shelter. For all living creatures, the self is the support. Dhriteriva te 48.18. O nourisher, let your friendship be sincere. You are the upholder of flawless and well-filled knowledge, which is like the cloud filled with water vapor. whoever nourisher, Pusha, be meaning of the Rik, needs no elaboration. Paro hi martyairasi samo devairuda sriya. O nourisher, you are much above compared with mortals. By your wealth, you are equal to enlightened beings. You please look upon us graciously in battles and protect us as before. Nourisher Purusha is considered to be mortal or above mortals. He is being imagined by the enlightened sages as a shining being. Rest of the Rik needs no explanation. 48.20 Vami Vamasya Dhudaya. O Shakers, worthy of adoration, Maruts, your speech, which are truthful and admirable with reference to an enlightened soul or an ordinary sacrifice performing mortal, may lead us to desirable, adorable wealth. May the hymn in praise of Marus bring all kinds of wealth, including knowledge. Adorable wealth generally implies self-knowledge. Sadyashchidasya tarkriti parilyam. The bright strength and sacred name of those Marus, whose good deeds go towards immediately as the shining sun creates light, are upheld by brave men. This strength destroys the cloud-like enemies. This cloud-killing strength is the first and foremost. Wind and wind power are produced by sun's rays due to differential heating of the atmosphere. Air provides strength, pranas, for all living beings to live. Or they cannot live without oxygen of the air. Wind destroys clouds in the sky. 48.22, the last Rik in this sukta. Sakratha Devrajayata. The sun is born once. The earth is born once, and so also the matter of the atmosphere, which is like the milk of the cow. Nothing is really born which is different from that Atma. Energy, the sun, earth and water are three forms of basic matter manifesting because of ignorance of the self. So they are not really different from the self. This is the truth. This is the last Rik of 48 Suktam. Now we go to the next Suktam, 49. This Suktam is another great sage, Rishi Drijishva Bharadwaja. Devada Vishvedeva Chandas Atrishtup Shakvari. Many Riks in this Suktam carry implied or inherent meanings. This is as a warning. For 6.49.1 Stushe Janam Suratam Navyasibhi. I praise with refined speech or Vedic mantras the group of doers of noble deeds, Mitra and Varuna, who lead us to happiness. May Mitra, Varuna and Agni, who are all full of splendor, come here and listen to this hymn. Mitra, Varuna and Agni are being talked about in this Rik. 49.2 Visho Visha idyam adhvareshu. One should praise that soul of Agni who is admirable in non-violent sacrifices of all human beings, whose intellect is devoid of ignorance, is present in the space and earth, is not attached to earthly object, is the son of a mighty father, is the symbol of sacrifice, and is splendid to look at. This is on Agni, the soul of energy attached to the self. Qualities attributed to Agni here have been explained many times before. 49.3. Arushasya duhitara virupe. Night and day, having different forms, are like daughters of the splendid sun. One, night, is bedecked with stars. The other one, day, is illumined by sun's rays. On being praised by this hymn, which is full of knowledge, these purifiers pervade the world, united together, but moving in different ways. Description of personified day and night is given in this Rik. Overall meaning of the Rik should not be difficult to understand. 49.4. Pravayumacha brihadi manisha. O invoker, approach air or Marus, who is endowed with great and bright intellect, who leads us to that great wealth desired by all and which drives chariots. The wise, praiseworthy Marus, fastened on to a shining path, desiring wealth, attain the poet's sage. When meditated on, Vayu leads one to the Atma, that great wealth. He is taken to be one of the 5 basic manifested forms of matter. He comes to hear the praises of the seer of the Sukta. Sameva Pushchalaya. 49.5. That charming chariot of Ashwins, harnessed by the mind, strengthens my body. O absolutely truthful leaders of men, by which lamp or chariot you go to the seer of the Sukta and his son, with that you strengthen my body. Ashwin's Jivatma Paramatma combination brings life to the body of living beings by drop of spiritual soma. They activate the seer's body. Rest of the Rik may not need any explanation. Parjanyavada Vrishabha Prithivya. 49.6. O cloud-carrying winds, showerers of happiness, please convey waters from the atmosphere and fill up the earth. Being wise and hearers of truth, established in the universe, may you honor that great scholar by whose words you are able to know the real nature of the universe. May Vayu hear this praise and honor. This praise and honor its seer. Pavi Ravi Kanya Chitrayu Saraswati. 49.7. Saraswati, who is a purifier of others, is a beautiful maiden having a wonderful life, and is a protector of heroes, upholds knowledge. By cultured speeches, loving and serving all equally, she gives to a praiser flawless, inviolable shelter and happiness. Saraswati, presiding deity of knowledge, gives protection to the seer of the Sukta, and leads him on the right path to truthful knowledge from diversity to state of oneness. Pathas Parivadi 49.8. May the praiser with good desire and words attain that master of each path who is worship worthy. That Purusha is a quick remover of our miseries, giving us brilliant peaked knowledge. He accomplishes every good intellect and action. Purusha, the nourisher or the sun, illuminates the body and mind of an intelligent scholar by giving him quantas of spiritual light. (49.9) Prathama bhajam yashasam vayodham. May Agni, the shining performer of sacrifice, honor Tvashta, destroyer of ignorance and evils. To him, Tvashta, the first share of oblations is due. He is renowned, is upholder of life of all creatures. He is the doer of good deeds with his hands. He is brilliant. He is endowed with good light or knowledge. He is a genius. He is easily invocable and is worshipped by householders. Tvashta may be Indra or Atmiya Bhavamana Soma, but usually considered as the divine architect of the universe. He is said to be the destroyer of miseries. Qualities attributed to Tvashta are applicable to Indra also. 49.10. Bhuvanasya pitaram girbhir abhi. O invoker, gladden the father of the world Rudra, who causes the wicked man to weep. With these words during the day and him alone at night. Impelled by a wise sage, we praise him who is great and noble. He is undecaying, is blissful, and is truthful. The Rik is self-explanatory, so also the Rik that follows. Air is as much necessary to living creatures as Agni energy. Ayuvana Kavayo Yetniyaso 49.11. O Marus, you are ever young, wise and praiseworthy. Please come to hear these admirable praises of an invoker. O leaders of men, glorified thus by your admirers, you please approach them like good personified airs or pranas. Praviraya Pradavase 49.12. O invoker, you drive home this praise to the mighty hero, who is a destroyer of miseries, like a cowherd drives home his herd to the cattle shed at sunset. This hymn of the wise, renowned as scholar, touches the body of the hero, like the sky bedecked by the stars. This hymn or mantra glorifies Vayu, who is said to be like the stars illuminating the sky at night. Yo rajamsi vimame parthivani 49.13. That purveyor of worlds, Vishnu, creates the three worlds, earth, atmosphere and space for the benefit of a man suffering from ignorance. We enjoy happiness at our home with the vast wealth and our body is given by him. Birthlessness is truth. But ordinary men believe this born universe to be real. For the benefit of such men, Vishnu is being conceived of as the creator of the space, the atmosphere, and earth, and all other forms of matter. Men make use of them for their physical happiness. Tanno ahirbudhyu adhir 49.14. The cloud or snake of the atmosphere upholds with the help of sun's rays food and water for our wealth. May the mountains, Savita, soul of the sun, all other donors and plants uphold them. May the upholder of the universe, Bhaga, enable us to attain this wealth. The Creator created food for all living creatures before creating the living creatures themselves. The cloud symbolizes ignorance, as manifestation of food also is a product of ignorance. And entities mentioned here uphold food for living beings. Nuno Rayim Rathyam Charshani Pram, last ruk in the Sukta, 49.15. O all resplendent, shining beings, please give us that wealth which includes fast-moving vehicles that fill all men with joy, which supports many heroes, which guards Sruta, nature's laws, which is undecaying and which helps us to settle down. With that, let us overcome ignorant men fighting against us endlessly and attain those men who are highly learned. This is a simple prayer which should not be difficult to understand. That wealth is knowledge. All bodies or objects in this universe appear for some time, exhibiting their natural characteristics and then disappear. The whole universe is an appearance only. With that, we finish this session. Viramastavat.